We're up, Sook. And we're up. Sook, all I could say is before we get started. Yeah. What's your name? Who's your daddy, Suki?
Thank you to them for introducing that into the lexicon.
Wait,
right?
Sook. Before we start the actual show, and the guys from the Zombies come in, do like you've been doing your yeah. You got that down pat right there. I love it. What's your name? Who's your Sook? I asked you the question yesterday. Is this the first known use of Who's Your Daddy?
I think it is. I did a little research, and there was Rolling Stone magazine wrote about it. That was the first introduction into the Lex. I mean, of course, we can ask the two gentlemen, but
we got to talk about that with the guys.
It is the season to celebrate the psychedelic era for sure.
And let me tell you about the way she looks. Sook, listen, we have got some kind of show today. My God, we have had so many musical legends on this show over the last 2 years. I can't even count. And
you got to list them off.
I can't. I think this may be the first time we have Rock and Roll Hall of Famers on the show, right? Like is Styx in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I'll have to do a quick.
We'll check that out. Yeah, do a quick Google for me. But we're going to start off the show. We got the guys from the Zombies here. Colin, BLUNSTONE, Rod Argent are here. They're out in L.A. They've got shows this weekend on Saturday. They're out touring again. And, they are just as hot as ever. Been doing it for, let's see, 19, so you carry the one, like 50 years now, Sook. And, these guys they're back out there and they're still kicking it. Did you freeze or are you just looking down?
No. Oh, 2014, okay. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall.
No, 2019 would be the whole. Oh, you mean Styx?
Styx.
Sorry. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess Dennis DeYoung
was on our show. Yeah.
This would be the second time we've had Hall of Famers on the show. And we've got so much to talk about. Sook, of course, I pulled out a couple of like pretty cool cover songs of people that have done Time of the Season.
Who hasn't?
Our boy Jake Thistle, 17-year-old wonder kid. He did a cover of I Want You Back Again.
Which is incredible because it shows you how multi-generational that song is.
Yes.
And how kids that are like 17 years old right now are still singing the songs.
It's unbelievable, Sook. We got the boys from the Zombies coming up. You ready to rock and roll, my friend?
Love it. Let's do it, Scotty. The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott. The Seven of Hearts! Woo! Exactly!
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl!
Wonderful!
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu, is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen.
Really?
Your intro is fantastic.
Yes, Suki kid. How are you, young lady?
I'm doing great. I mean, we just have a gangbuster show for all of our viewers today. What a treat.
Sook, normally we weren't even going to do a show today on Thursday.
No, but we can't say no to this.
When the Zombies say they can come on Thursday at 2 o'clock Eastern time, you do a show at Thursday.
We say hell yeah!
Absolutely. We're going to bring the guys on in a second. This is going to be our last show probably for a couple of weeks, take a little hiatus. We'll do a lot of reruns, so on and so forth. But Sook, listen, before the guys come on, and I don't want to make them wait too long. They're very busy gentlemen. I put together a quick little quiz for you.
Okay.
In honor of the Zombies coming on this show.
Name this zombie.
Here's what I did. You always jump my game shows. Let me tell you what it is. Here's what we're going to do. So you got the Zombies, right?
Okay.
and you have the show The Walking Dead, which is a show about zombies.
Okay.
Okay. I've never watched Walking Dead. I know it's an
Neither have
amazingly
I.
popular show, but we have listened to the zombies music.
Of course.
So what I'm going to do with you is, and I know the guys, they know this backwards, but I know you and I don't know that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a title of an episode of The Walking Dead or the name of a zombie song.
Okay.
You have to tell me which one it is.
Oh boy.
Okay. So like if I said to you, she's not there, you would know that is
the song.
The song. Okay. So you tell me if this is an episode of The Walking Dead or a title of a zombie song, Suki.
Okay.
No cheating. No cheating on Google. You just first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, let's do it.
So if I said to you, tell it to the frogs, what would you say, Suki?
It's an episode.
An episode of The Walking Dead. You would be 1 for 1, Sukani.
Unless they were smoking something really good and they were talking to frogs, I want to know about that story.
Here's the next one. Days Gone By.
Oh, song.
That is incorrect. That is also the name of a Walking Dead episode.
Oh, gosh.
Suki, if I said to you, A Rose for Emily, is that a Walking Dead episode or a song by the
Song.
A song by the zombies, you are correct. If I said to you, Care of Cell 44, would you say that's a zombie song or a Walking Dead episode? Care of Cell 44. Oh, sorry, Suki.
Oh, no, Care of Cell 44. No, it's a song.
There you go. If
From 1968.
If I said to you, Butcher's Tale, Butcher's Tale, Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
You are incorrect, young lady. And the last one, you're doing gangbusters at this. Here we go. Ready? Pretty Much Dead Already. Zombie song or a Walking Dead episode. Pretty Much Dead Already.
Walking Dead episode.
You are correct, young lady. You finished off strongly. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Look at you. You're like, I needed this like I need a hole in the
Care
head,
of Cell
right?
44. I want to know all about that then.
Yeah, we're going to talk to those guys. Listen, Colin Blunstone, Rod Argent is here. Are here, not is here. Are here. They are
grammatical check. 2
of the original members of the Zombies Hall of Famers since
they're touring this summer.
2019. They're touring this summer. They're out in LA. They've got a show at the Fonda Theater on Saturday, the 23rd. But here's a little bit of the Zombies today, and then we'll bring the guys in on the other side. Take a look.
What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Rich like me, as he take on any time to show you what you need to live. Tell it to me slowly, tell me what I really want to know. It's the time of the season for loving.
I love the people. Amazing. We are not worthy.
Ladies and gentlemen. Rod, Colin, how are you guys?
We're pretty good, I think. Good. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you knew all those questions to that trivia question. Did a trivia,
He only got
right?
one wrong.
You only got one wrong? You forgot Cell 44?
Yeah, sorry.
I love it, guys. So great. So you guys are out in LA right now?
We're in Palm Springs.
Oh, in Palm Springs. Very nice. Very nice. So you're getting ready to do a show. You're out touring right now.
Yes.
Is it a little harder as we get along in life to do these tours?
Not while we're on the not while we're actually on stage. That's really why we do it. And we the fact is we get fantastic reactions, and we always have a young element in the audience as well. So we get a huge amount of energy back from the stage. So that makes it all worthwhile. The actual tedium of touring is as hard as it was when we were 18, but it was hard then too, you know.
Listen, 1961, it's 2022. I mean, it's multi-generational now. Did you ever think when you guys started out, I mean, this is a year before the Beatles, came to America. Did you ever think that this is where you would be and your music would live with like 17-year-olds? Now we have a friend named Jake Thistle. He covers your music, and I'm just so surprised at the interest in that time period of music.
Well, no, I'm not in my wildest dreams. I mean, to start with, I didn't think we could probably ever be a professional band. We were just kids, that bumped into one another and loved music. I didn't think we could be a professional band until we won a really big rock competition. And then I started to think, maybe, just maybe there's a way ahead for us to be professional musicians. But even then, most people thought that a band lasted for 2 or 3 years. At that time, no one thought you could have a lifetime's career. So we've been really, really fortunate. And I think it makes it sweeter when we're on the road now that we've had this opportunity to play at this time in our lives. It makes you appreciate it more.
You started out at the Stonegate pub, right? Would you guys ever go back to the Stonegate pub?
We do go back occasionally. That's where we met. We were too young to go into the pub. They sell alcoholic drinks, and we were only 14 or 15 years old. So we met outside, in a place called St. Albans.
That is unbelievable. Now, you guys, now the Beatles came over. You were the second, band from over there to come over after the Beatles. What were you guys? You remember? And it's so long ago, but what were you guys? Do you remember what you were thinking when you saw the success the Beatles had over here before you guys came over?
It was like England winning the World Cup in football every week. It really was. It was fantastic. And I always remember, actually, to phone home at that time was unbelievably difficult.
Yeah.
I managed to put a call in to my parents to say that we were there. And she said, "Oh, you've just been on the 9 o'clock news." And I thought, "Oh my God, what have I done?" But in fact, they were saying that we were the first band after the Beatles to get a #1 record with our own composition.
Excellent.
So that was it felt pretty fantastic to us.
Yeah, no, it's why. And you guys, the first show you were on was right here. It's a little blurry, but the Hullabaloo show. And you guys were on. You had, and from all accounts, you had the screaming teenagers going nuts for you guys.
We did. We still do.
Is it the accent, Rob? Colin? Is it still the accent?
Pardon?
Is it still the accent, the English accent that just moves women?
People are intrigued with the English accent, but there are many more British people in America now, so it doesn't have quite the effect that it used to. When we first came over, we played the Murray the K Christmas show, and we were playing with sort of 15 wonderful acts, people like Patti LaBelle, the Shirelles, Benny King, all sorts of wonderful people. And you have to remember, we were only 18 years old when we came over. And so it was an incredible experience for us. And we were a little apprehensive as to how people would react to us, but it just went incredibly well. And all the performers were very supportive as well. That show opened on Christmas Day. So it meant that everyone, English acts and American acts, were away from home over Christmas. So there was a great camaraderie backstage on that Murray the K show, which was
wow,
live show in the States. Wonderful time.
Murray the K. That's unbelievable. So we're talking a rock and roll royalty right here. You realize that, right?
No, I know that. I know that.
Where are they?
Yes.
Oh, those guys went to the bathroom when we were left with Rod and Colin. Guys, listen. So from what I read, let me know if this is true. The original name of the band, I think, Paul Arnold came up with the name the Zombies, but you guys were originally the Mustangs, right?
For a whole week. Yes, only a few days. And then we were the Sundowners. But Paul Arnold, who was the original bass player, is now a doctor.
He left. He left to become a doctor instead, right?
Yeah. And he came to the show. He came to 2 shows. We were up in Canada just now. So it's really interesting to see him. And we always say, do you regret leaving the band? But, he's had a wonderful, fulfilling career as a doctor. I'm sure part of him would have liked to have been in the band, but he's had a wonderful life in Canada anyway. So,
but he always comes to see us whenever he can.
He loves it. He loves to come and see us. Yeah, and we always give him a name check.
He loves that too.
He loves that. If we can get a spot on him, he likes.
Oh, you get the spotlight.
Yeah.
Here, this is the guy who could have been.
Yes, that's right.
That's unbelievable.
Should we talk about the lyrics, because the lyrics are something that really just kind of resonates with us? And then what we were looking up, like, were you the first to use that phrase, "Who's your daddy," to enter the lexicon of how we speak now? I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Well, I am told that lyric is the very first time, and it was a sports presenter that told me that, and because they were playing the record at the Super Bowl or one of those really major events, and he said, I've researched this, and do you realise that you actually wrote the lyric, which was the very first time, and then it became, and then it sort of somehow went into black culture, didn't it originally? I'm not sure, and then became universal.
Yep.
So that's amazing, actually.
Yeah, and even back in sports here in the New York area with the Red Sox and Yankees, a famous pitcher for the Red Sox, when they were in the middle of the playoffs, he said, "The Yankees are my daddies." And everywhere who's your daddy? Yankees are my, it's just, it's one of those things, it's kind of like, it's wild. What's your name?
Can I just tell you that the actual derivation of that really was a slight nod in the direction of the lyric of Summertime, when it said, "Your daddy's rich and your mum is good looking." I mean, it's nothing to do with that, but that's where I got the original resonance of those words, really.
Wow. That is amazing.
And now we just take it and butcher it all the time. Kids
well in the lead up. Actually, yes. I was thinking of getting you on stage and bolstering the choruses.
I mean, it was in an Academy Award movie. I mean, when Tom Cruise and like, "Show me the money. Who's your daddy? Show me the money." I don't know if you guys remember that.
That was the movie was Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Okay, yeah. I must check that out.
Did you guys think, because I know you were selected a couple of times, but did you think at one point, like, boy, you know what, we might just not make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ever?
I must admit that thought did cross my mind, but negativity runs very much through my veins. And I thought, it looks like we're just going to be nominated and never be inducted. I think we were nominated 4 times before we were inducted, and it was incredibly exciting. The whole process of being inducted, and the show, my word, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, 17,000 people, and all these other wonderful acts that we played with. It was one of the most exciting things I've ever done. It was incredible.
But the moment when I thought, or maybe actually we will get in this year, we're doing some interviews with Sirius XM, and we walked in, and I didn't really take a lot of notice of who was around. But this guy came up to us, and I thought, my God, that's Don Felder. And he said, "I just voted for you for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame." And I thought, do you know what? Maybe, and people quite famous people that started coming backstage to see us during our previous tours that year. And I thought, maybe the atmosphere is just changing enough, for us to get in. And we did. I couldn't believe it.
At that time where it was so part of the consciousness, and there was this huge movement in America and England, what was that like to be here, at that time in America?
Absolutely unbelievable. You mean at the start out?
Yes. Yes.
Well, if I can make this concise, when I was 11, what turned me on to rock and roll was seeing Elvis on a broadcast singing Hound Dog, and it turned my whole world around. But like everyone else then, I thought there's no way we can ever be part of this distant alien culture, absolutely no way. And do you know what? We found out many years later that when we had come over at the age of 18, which was 19, which was only 8 years later than that Elvis actually had 3 of our songs on his jukebox.
Wow.
Really?
We didn't find that out until the 90s. So that really took me back.
I mean, it really was incredible coming over because, there were hundreds of thousands of people at the airport when we arrived. And then when we played on the Murray Acacia, I don't think anybody heard what we played because the screaming was just incredible. And it is funny because we're just 19-year-old boys from a little town.
Yeah.
And you come over and you're almost looking over your shoulder because you think, is someone else behind us?
Yeah, is Elvis behind us?
Yeah. So yeah, it was brilliant.
How do you, when you come off of a plane and there's thousands of screaming mostly women there?
That's Scott's dream that you lived out.
That's like the ultimate. I mean, how do you Rod, how do you keep yourself grounded?
We don't.
You get that God complex when you have people screaming for you like that.
I can tell you one way is that once we got past the screaming girls, there were two big Cadillac limos that were sent to pick us up, and I thought, we've arrived. This is it. This is the big time. We get into it. I've never seen a Cadillac before. We get into a Cadillac. It takes us to our hotel. And the next day, the record company sent us the invoice for the two Cadillacs. So that keeps you fairly grounded. You realize, it's not all glamour.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it, guys. Listen, it's just such an honor to have you guys here. I just want to, tell everybody again, you guys got this Life is a Merry-Go-Round tour that you're on right now. The 23rd is Saturday in LA at the Fonda Theater, which is just a fantastic place. Here's the inside of the place, just a nice, intimate look. And I have to imagine when the songs, the bigger tunes that you play, Time of the Season and She's Not There, the audience they must thought that's one of those songs where you guys can lay out and just let the audience sing it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Totally. Yeah. The reaction is just wonderful. And it sort of goes on and on. But, people, the thing that really kills us is the fact that they accept things they've never heard before as well, because we've just made a new album, which will be coming out soon. And we do one of the tracks from the new album immediately after Time of the Season. And the reaction's almost equal.
We love it, yeah.
Really?
That's one of the reasons why we're doing it, actually.
So can I ask you, why do great bands break up and then make up and get back together? I just really need to know. Like, is it just one of those things that life was just taking you all in different directions, and
it was purely money at the time, because we were on two tiers where we had very, very honest publishers, which was quite unusual. And so the two writers in the band, myself and Chris White, were fine for money. The rest of the guys in the band, because a lot of people that were involved in putting on live stuff for us were just trying to make as much money as they could. And we were just ending up breaking even out of live play. So the guitarist said, I'm getting married and I've got, I can't keep this going. And that's purely the reason why we did Odyssey and Oracle, which Care of Cell 44, that we were talking about earlier, is the opening track for. That's the main reason why we did that, because we wanted to get ideas of how we should be sounding at that time across the people if we were to break up before we did it. So it was purely, we were all friends. We stayed friends all our lives, all of us. But it was purely a financial thing at that moment.
And now everybody's like, let's share the money.
Yeah. Guys, in this photo, who are the two of you? Because it's hard to tell who's who.
We're on the left. Rod's on the far left, and I'm next to him.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, now I see it. Beautiful. And Rod, it was funny. I was telling Suki before, because I was saying Rod Argent. And I just remember my one big song as a kid from Argent was Hold Your Head Up.
Hold your
and do you know what? What a lot of people don't realise, and our sound man told us this recently, is that the real words are Hold Your Head Up, Woman.
Woman, right, hold.
About, and we think that has a bit of a universal context at the moment, because, I don't want to get into anything political, but it's a hard time for many women at the moment, and people react to that hugely. We do that on the set too.
I love it, guys. Our viewers are just absolutely loving the stories. One of our viewers wrote in. Do you guys have the name of the new album yet?
Yes, we think it's going to be called Different Game.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is usually I will ask, but one of our viewers also said, can you guys sing a couple of seconds of one of your big hits, acapella? Is that possible?
It's pretty early, but do you want to give it?
Yeah. But no one told me about her, the way she lied. No one told me about her. How many people cried? That hurt. It's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Let me tell you about the way she looks, the way she acted, the color of her hair.
Woo!
She was soft and cool. Her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there.
Woo!
I'm telling you, man.
Nice.
I love it.
Hold
Thank
on.
you.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it with the boys. Take a look.
No one told me about her, the way she lied. No one told me about her, how many people cried. Well, it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. But let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she acted, the color of her hair. Her eyes were soft and blue, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there.
Oh,
A bit later in the day there.
man. What's that?
A bit later in the day there.
Oh, man.
Don't
that
worry
was
about
really
it.
good.
The voice is much lower in the morning.
Yeah.
And as the day goes on, it gets higher.
Higher.
Ah, it's fantastic. Well, listen, guys, it's time for you guys to play judges, because what I did was I took about 20 seconds. I picked out like 3 cover songs of Time of the Seas. There's hundreds of them on YouTube. It's such and every
Because
age.
it's multi-generational. That song just resonates.
Yeah, I'm gonna play you 3 different versions, and I want you guys to give me your opinion. Honest, if we don't know these people and I don't put their names up, you give us your opinion on what you think of their version of your song. All right. So here is cover number 1. Take a look.
Take you in the sun to promised lands to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving.
That's
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Not bad, right? Not bad.
Bunch
All
of
right.
bunch of 20-year-olds doing that right there, little
I
young
know.
kids.
It's unbelievable. What was it? What was the band that came to see us? Moon. Walk the Moon came back to see us.
Amazing.
And unfortunately, because of the COVID restrictions, no one can get backstage at the moment. But they came up to our managers outside and said they were just blown away with the show.
Wow.
So that's a young band,
Yeah.
a young successful band that's coming. It's just an example, because we seem to get a lot of that, which is
Well,
cool.
check this one out, because it gets even younger. Watch this.
What's your name? What's your name? Daddy, oh, daddy. Every day, anytime. Tell it to me slowly, tell you why. I really want to know it's the time of the season for loving.
That's amazing.
That's great, right? I mean, that's got to make you guys feel good,
A
right?
10-year-old right there,
Yeah.
10, 11-year-old.
Oh,
And then
wow.
here's one more of just a guy who I thought sounded fantastic. Take a listen to this.
What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich? Is he rich like me? Has he taken any time to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly, tell you why.
Wow.
Wow.
You take that kid with you. Bring him on the road.
Did you?
Sorry, would we bring him on the road?
I said take that guy with you. Sounds good.
Rod and Colin, can I ask you guys a question? When you wrote that song, because it's so iconic, like, you know, all your songs, everything that I've read, every song has a story. So what's the story behind that? Was it about a girl that you were talking to? Is it, what was that?
No, it was really like many other things at that time, even though we weren't naive about, you know, Summer of Love and all that thing. Everything that was going on did have an impact on everybody, because for the first time, young people were maybe seeing some footage from Vietnam that was actually showing some of what goes on in the war. And a lot of them were saying, we don't want this. We don't want this anymore. We have to change everything. And the youth movement was really, really strong. And some of that does colour what you do. And I remember, I can tell you where the title comes from was a mishearing of the Smokey Robinson thing.
Wow.
Because the radio AM at the time was, you know, not very, you couldn't always tell what people exactly were saying. And what was the song? I thought it's Tracks of My Tears. And of course he was singing, it's the tracks of my, it's, what was it? What's the
Tracks of My Tears.
What's the chorus line? If you look, it's anyway, it's easy to see the tracks of my tears. And I thought he was singing when I first heard it. I loved the song, absolutely loved it. I thought he was singing, it's the time of the season to trace the tracks of my tears. And I mean, this is right at the very beginning. And when I found out what the real title was, I was a bit miffed. And I thought, well, I'm going to write a song because I really like the feeling of time of the season. And then I just constructed a story around it, really. So it wasn't based on any one in particular.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
So great. When you guys, I know, like back in, I think the 2015, 2016, I remember you guys were on the Colbert Show and Jimmy Fallon. Do you still get the nerves before shows if you're going on live TV like that, or even before the audience?
Funny enough, I was talking about this at breakfast this morning, and I think all artists get a kind of nervous energy before they perform. It's just being able to control that nervous energy. And you know, perhaps when you're young, it can be a crippling experience if you have stage fright. But I don't think it's something you ever quite lose. But you can use it. You know, it can be an advantage to use that nervous energy for the performance.
I always get a bit nervous before a TV thing or something that's really crucial, like when we were filmed during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. But generally, when we're within our idiom and doing what stuff we know all the time, I don't actually get any stage fright at all. But if you're slightly out of your idiom, or if it's a particular thing and you don't know what the sound's going to be like on the telly, you know, something like that, then there is a free song, definitely.
I love it. I love it. Well, again, I just want to tell everybody again, you guys, Saturday night, Life is a Merry-Go-Round tour. This Saturday, the 23rd in LA at the Fonda Theater. The next day at Solana Beach in California. Before you guys go, couple quick things. Who did you guys listen to and emulate when you were in your 19 and 20? Who were the singers back then that you guys loved to listen to?
Well, I always think it was the greats of rock and roll that got us interested. I know
Absolutely.
Elvis for Rod was probably the big one, but Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and then later on for me it was Ricky Nelson, Buddy Holly, and you know the interesting thing, all those artists are very obviously American. And it was one-way traffic, you know, in the late 50s and early 60s. And then the Beatles changed everything. Absolutely changed everything.
They were huge influences, and they were certainly the same for me. But also, it was a way, hearing those early Elvis was a way for me into black music, and you know, because we'd never heard any black music, but very soon we found out that Big Mama Thornton was the original Hound Dog, and we listened to that. And then that led us into listen to Ray Charles and you know, many other things in that area. So it's a huge opening experience, that whole thing.
I love
Do you agree with critics when they list out the top 10 songs of the best songs according to Billboard of the Zombies? They put number 10 as The Way I Feel Inside. Tell Her No as number 9. If It Didn't Work Out, 8. I Want Her, She Wants Me. Number 6, Beechwood Park. Number 5, Friends of Mine. Number 3, Rosa for Family. Number 2, She's Not Here. And number 1, Care of Cell 44.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting spin. I like all those songs.
They say that's your top 10 songs.
Wait,
That's what Billboard is putting them at.
I liked all those songs. And Care of Cell 44, which we were talking about earlier on, I always thought that was a really commercial song. It was issued as a single, and I'm afraid it wasn't a hit at all. But it's interesting that they named that as number 1.
I thought Cell 44 was a Walking Dead episode. I'm confused. Listen, guys, I wanted to play you 30 seconds of one more cover. Our guy Jake Thistle, he's been on our show. We met him when he was 16 years old. Jackson Brown, Tom Petty. He is an old soul. And when he heard you guys were coming on, he sent me a cover of I Want You Back Again. So I just wanted you to play. I wanted you to hear. Look, this kid is fantastic. He plays the guitar with the harmonica at the same time, the piano. Take a listen to this kid, Jake Thistle. Tell me what you think of his version of your song live.
Somebody help me stand on my feet. I want you back again. I want you back again. Well, since you have left me,
very soulful.
Not bad, right?
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Some people in the UK are joining us, and they said some of the tours were canceled last year for whatever reason. Are you going to be touring in the UK soon? Some people are asking questions. Yes.
We're going to do the same tour that we unfortunately, because of a couple of medical reasons, had to postpone.
Got it.
All right. And guys, absolutely last question before you go. The fabulous woman who books all of our talent, Sharon Olson, she was telling me that her cousin is Helen Shapiro.
Oh,
right. Did you guys ever work with her? I guess she opened for the Beatles a couple times.
We never worked with her, but
very aware of her.
Yeah, we know who she is. She's got a fabulous voice.
Yeah, and I guess it said I guess she never made it really, really big, but she played for opened for the Beatles.
In the UK, yeah, she was.
Was she hit?
Old when she had.
Yeah, she was a big star in the UK.
Beautiful. All right. Yeah, no, she wanted me to let you guys know and ask. Well, listen, fellas, such an honor to have you guys on. An absolute pleasure. I hope you had some fun. And basically, let me just pop that up one more time. Again, Life is a Merry-Go-Round Tour, LA on the 23rd. That's Saturday at the Fonda Theater. The Zombies are out. They are getting it done.
And a new album coming out too.
New album.
Probably be at least the end of the year, won't it?
Beginning of next year.
Beginning of next year, probably to coincide with the next time we come back to America. Probably.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We can't wait for some New York dates, please.
Me too.
Guys, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure and best of luck. Listen, I always tell, just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna make it big one of these days. Just keep hustling. Keep hustling. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much. Rod and Colin. Thank you guys.
Bye, Rod. Bye, Colin. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Oh, Suki,
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers on the Suki and Scott Show.
Suki, two great guys, really. Just it's so nice. I stand corrected. The Beatles opened up for Sharon's cousin, Helen Shapiro. They opened for her. So I guess she didn't make it that big over here, but I guess she was a big deal over there.
Yeah.
Let me just get back to this, Suk. Amazing show. We're going to take a little time off, but we'll play some, what are they called? Reruns.
Yeah.
Suk, how about, I love when we ask people to sing and they do it.
They did
without the wavering. It's too early.
The best thing is like two rock and roll Hall of Famers who obviously know that their voice isn't, they did it because they know their fans love it. And that's what it's all about.
We put them on the spot. What are you going to do? Anyway, listen, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I got, of course, for the Phil fans, I got a couple Phil songs coming up.
You should play Jake Thistle if you have the whole thing, or did you cut it all up?
No, I just have the one clip for the show.
Okay.
I might be no, I can't. I just cut it up for the show. But I got a couple Philly tunes coming up. Suki Babe, you and I will reconvene at a later date, and we keep plugging along, babe. I'll see you soon. And just give me your da-da-da.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Who's your daddy? Is he rich?
Is he rich like me? Take care, everybody. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he take on any time? Show you what you need to learn.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song, baby, than the birds in the trees. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl. About my girl. Well, life on the farm is kinda laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can't hack. It's early to rise and early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on a farm. Days are all filled with an easy kind of charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sun sets low, I pull out the fiddle and I rosin up the bow. Kids are asleep, so I keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I'd play Sally Gooden all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't take it very good. I fiddle when I can and I work when I should. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Woo! Well, I wouldn't trade my life for diamonds and jewels. I never was one of those money-hungry fools. I'd rather have my fiddle and my farming tools. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, city folk driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's a mighty keen. Son, let me tell you exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah. Well, the fiddle was my daddy's till the day he died. He took me by the hand, held me close to his side. Live a good life, play the fiddle with pride. And thank God you're a country boy. My daddy taught me young how to hunt and how to whittle. Taught me how to work, play a tune on the fiddle. Taught me how to love, how to give just a little. And thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Oh, thank God I'm a country boy.
Somebody help me. Well, I've got to eat. Somebody help me stand on my feet. I want you back again. Oh, I want you back again. Since you have left me, I'm all alone. I need your help, I can't stand on my own. I want you back again. Oh, I want you back again. I want you back again. all alone. I need your help, I can't stand on my own. I want you back again. Oh, I want you back again. And I want you back again. Oh, I want you back again. You back again.
Thanks for the time that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You're once, twice, baby, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you're once, twice, baby, oh, 3 times a lady, and I love you. I love you. When we are together, the moments I cherish with every beat of my heart. To touch you, to hold you, or to feel you, to need you. There's nothing to keep us apart. You're once, twice, baby, oh, 3 times a lady, and I